Hello friends, a very warm welcome to the Crochet Hook channel. See, today we have this absolutely beautiful and stunningly elegant crochet flower Rakhi. I have worked this flower with 2 petals and added the decoration of beads at the center of it to pep it up. See, here I have worked this crochet tapeless strap for this Rakhi, added a pom-pom on one end and a loop, and you simply have to pass this pom-pom through the loop to fasten it off. This is the other color. I have worked this flower in white shade of white and the red color strap, and both the Rakhis look stunningly beautiful. And here I have crocheted this Rakhi with a crochet hook of 2.0 millimeters, and with this hook the diameter of the outer petal of this flower is around 5.4 centimeters, while the inner petal diameter is around 4.5 centimeters. So here you have a choice. If you don't want to make it big, just go and work till this inner petal and add the decoration, and then also this Rakhi will look stunningly beautiful. This is the back side where I have added this tapeless strap. I have worked 17 rows of the shells one on top another for this length, and from here till this end the length is around 19 centimeters from the loop till this last row, and again from the first row of the shell till the 17th row of the shell the length is around 14.5 centimeters. So you can customize the length of your Rakhi accordingly, increase or decrease the number of rows of the shells, and you can get the desired length for the strap. Otherwise, if you're working with the crochet hook of 2.0 millimeters, just work the length and the number of rows I have worked here and you will be through. This is the standard length for the strap of the Rakhi. See how beautiful it looks when worn. On all the sides, it has such an elegance to it. For the friends who are joining me here for the first time, please do consider subscribing to my channel. That really inspires, motivates and keeps us connected, as you get a notification each time I post on my channel. There is an entire playlist for the Rakhi on my channel. You have more options for the Rakhi on my channel. Go and check the link for the Rakhi playlist in the iCard, and also in the description box I have shared the link for the Rakhi playlist. So here I have chosen this Hobby India crochet thread to crochet my Rakhis. I have chosen 3 colors, red, cream and pink. For this purpose, this is 100% acrylic yarn, and this is 2 millimeters crochet hook with which I have worked my Rakhi, a pair of scissors, cotton thread to sew, a sewing needle. I have used this ruler to work my pom-poms. And here I have added these small beads at the center of the flower. You can use any decoration that you wish, either diamonds or whatever you like to put and decorate your Rakhi with. So let's get ahead and crochet our beautiful Rakhi together. So here I have chosen these beads, and this is the working hook, 2 millimeters, that I'll be working my strap with. This is a thinner crochet hook that will insert into the bead. So let's begin working the strap of the Rakhi first. I have chosen this cream shade Hobby India crochet thread, and first work a slip knot like this, and then begin chaining 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 and 15. Having worked a total of 15 chains, insert the hook into the very first chain, pull up a loop and work a slip stitch like this. See, a big magic ring is created here. Now we'll be working into the ring. So then for the next round, chain 1, insert the hook into the ring, pull up a loop and work 1 SC like this. Again, work 1 SC into the ring the same way. 2, work 1 more SC into the ring. 3, again insert the hook into the ring, work 1 more SC. 4, work 1 more SC into the ring. 5, work 1 more SC into the ring. 6, see, just like this, keep creating a total of 30 SCs, and I'll see you there at the end here. See, I've worked all my 30 SCs, reached the end. So to end this round here, insert the hook beneath the 2 loops of the first SC like this, pull up a loop and work 1 slip stitch to join this round here. A beautiful ring is created. And nextly we'll begin with the strap. So work 3 chains, 1, 2 and 3, and then yarn over and skip 2 SCs below 1 and 2. Insert the hook into the third SC, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through the first 2 loops, yarn over, pull through the remaining 2 loops, 1 DC is formed, yarn over, into the same stitch, insert the hook, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through first 2 loops, yarn over, pull through the remaining 2 loops, 1 more DC is formed, yarn over, insert the hook into the same stitch, pull up a loop and work 1 more DC the same way. We have worked 3 DCs here. Now, work 1 chain, pull that loop up with your thinner crochet hook, take a bead on it like this, and then pull the stretched up loop across the bead. We simply want to take it out on the other side of the bead now. With your working hook, insert the hook in the stretched up loop, tighten it all up, work 1 chain, and then atop this 3rd DC, beneath the 2 strands, insert the hook and simply work 1 slip stitch like this. Then yarn over, insert the hook into the same stitch and work 3 more DCs. 1, 2, and 3. So we have created this shell in the same stitch. Simple. This is how it looks. And now yarn over and skip the next 2 SCs. See? Skip after this shell, skip the next 2 SCs, insert the hook into the 3rd SC, pull up a loop and work 1 DC on the edge. This is what we are creating. Then work 3 chains, 1, 2 and 3. See, this is the front side where we have added the bead, and now we'll be working on the back side. So after chain 3, turn the work, yarn over, and after the 3 DCs in the center, see, we have a space here. We are going to work in this space. So yarn over, insert the hook into this space after the 3 DCs and work 3 DCs. 1, 2 and 3. Hold your bead, keeping it on the front side. Having worked 3 DCs here, we are not going to add a bead here. So chain 1 and yarn over, again into the same space, insert the hook and work 3 more DCs. 1, 2 and 3. Again a shell is created atop a shell. This is the wrong side and this is the front side where we had added the bead. Yarn over, around this chain 3 below on the edge, around it simply work 1 DC on this edge as well. This is what it looks on the back side. Chain 3 and turn the work. Again we are going to work on the front side, so we'll add the bead in this one. So yarn over and in this chain 1 space of the shell below, work 3 DCs. 1, 2 and 3. Then work 1 chain and stretch that loop. Again take a bead in your thinner crochet hook, pull this loop, stretched up loop across the bead with the help of this thinner crochet hook, and then tighten it all up with your working hook and work 1 chain tightly. Then yarn over into the same chain 1 space below, insert the hook and work 3 more DCs here. 1, 2 and 3. Simple. Again a shell is created atop a shell, yarn over, around this 3 chain below, insert the hook and work 1 DC. Simple. This is what we are creating. This is how it looks. Now chain 3 and turn the work. We are going to work on the wrong side, so yarn over and after the 3 DCs we have this space in the center of the shell below. Insert the hook and keeping this bead, fold it onto the front side and just work 3 DCs on the back side. Then work 1 chain, yarn over and work 3 more DCs into the same space below. 1, 2 and 3. And on the edge, yarn over around this chain 3 below, insert the hook and simply work 1 double crochet like this. This is how it looks. This is the front side. We have worked 4 rows till now. In the row 1 we added a bead, in the row 2 we didn't add the bead, in the row 3 we added the bead, in the row 4 we didn't add the bead. See, we have worked 4 rows. Now for the 5th row, work 3 chains and yarn over in this chain 1 space of the shell below, work 3 DCs, 1, 2 and 3, and we are not going to add beads now. So chain 1, yarn over again, and into the same space work 3 more DCs, 1, 2 and 3. Then yarn over around this chain 3 in the row below, around it work 1 DC. This is how it looks. So this is the 5th row. We didn't add the bead into, chain 3 and turn the work. And in this chain 1 space of the shell below, work 3 DCs, 1, 2 and 3. Then work 1 chain, then yarn over and work 3 more DCs into the same chain 1 space of the shell below, 1, 2 and 3. A shell is created atop a shell, yarn over around the chain 3 on the edge side, work 1 double crochet. So here have a closer look. In the row 1 we added the bead, in the row 2 we didn't add the bead, in the row 3 again we added the bead, in the row 4 we didn't add the bead, in the row 5 also we didn't add the bead here. And just like this, you don't have to add beads, create 5 more rows working to and fro, and I'll see you after 5 more rows working the same shell pattern. So here I have worked almost 7 rows without the bead, and now chain 3, this is our 12th row. Turn the work and yarn over. We are working on the front side, work 3 DCs in the chain 1 space of the shell below, 1, 2 and 3. This is our 12th row, and we'll put a bead here. Chain 1, pull that loop up, and again take a bead in your thinner crochet hook, pass this loop through the bead, take it out on the other side of the bead. With your working hook, tighten it all up, work 1 chain here. Then yarn over, work 1 slip stitch atop this 3rd DC with the 2 strands like this. Yarn over, work 3 more DCs into the same space below, 1, 2 and 3. This is the 12th row where we are putting the bead. Yarn over around this chain 3 on the edge below, work 1 DC like this, chain 3 and turn the work. This is our 13th row, and again after the 3 DCs, between the 2 3 DC sets in the space here, insert the hook and work 3 DCs as usual, 1, 2 and 3. Then work 1 chain, yarn over, work 3 more DCs into the same space below. We don't put a bead on the wrong side, 1, 2 and 3. Yarn over around this chain 3 on the edge below, work 1 DC like this. Simple. So in the 12th row we put the bead, and 13th row is the wrong side row, we didn't put the bead. So we have these 2 rows, 12 and 13, and after that, just like these 2 rows, 12 and 13, with the same pattern, work 4 more rows. Just like these 2 rows, work 4 more rows where in the front side, in the even number rows you'll be putting the bead, and in the odd number rows you'll not put the bead. So work row 14, put a bead, work row 15, don't put a bead, work row 16, put a bead, work row 17, don't put a bead, work 4 more rows just like this, working to and fro, and I'll see you after 4 rows. Just repeat this shell pattern. See here I have worked 4 more rows, 12, 13, and after that I have worked 14, 15, 16 and 17 rows, and in the odd number rows we don't have the bead. In the even number rows we have the bead this time. So we have bead in 12, 14 and 16 rows. This is the 17th row where we don't have a bead. So this is the wrong side, the 17th row. So here then chain 1 and turn the work and insert the hook into the first DC and work 1 slip loosely, into the next DC, work 1 slip stitch loosely, insert the hook into the 3rd DC, work 1 slip loosely, then into this chain 1 space also work 1 slip stitch and put a knot. And here before we fasten it off, keep a little longer thread and then cut the tail. We want a little longer thread on this end. We'll use this thread to secure the pom-pom on this end. So then fasten it off well, secure the knot, and this is beautiful strap for our Rakhi is ready. Here we have left 8 rows without the beads. We'll be adding our crochet flower here. So here we begin working the flower for the Rakhi. So I have taken this pink shade, work a slip knot and keep this loop open, then work 1 chain and then work 2 more chains. A total of 3 chains we have worked. This chain 3 stands for a DC. Into the ring, insert the hook with your yarn over and work 1 DC here. Counting first chain 3 also as a DC, we have 2 DCs worked, yarn over, into the ring, work 1 more DC. 3, yarn over, work 1 more DC into the ring. We have an open ring this time. 4, yarn over, work 1 more DC into the ring. 5, yarn over, work 1 more DC into the ring. 6, and here we have 6 DCs worked. Just like this, keep creating DCs into this ring till you have a total of 24 DCs worked. Then we will close the ring. Till then, keep the ring open and work 24 DCs. See here, I have worked all my 24 DCs, and so let's close this ring. So stretch this loosened end and tighten it up, and let's end this round. So insert the hook in this top 3rd chain, pull up a loop, work a slip stitch to join this round here. Round 1 gets completed. We have 24 DCs here. This round, work 2 chains, then yarn over, insert the hook into the same stitch below and work 1 HDC, half double crochet. Yarn over, insert the hook into the next stitch below and work 2 HDCs, 1, and yarn over, insert the hook into the same stitch and work 1 more HDC. Again yarn over into the next stitch, work 2 HDCs, 1 and 2. Yarn over into the next stitch, work 2 half double crochets, 1 and 2. Simple. Yarn over into the next DC below, work 2 HDCs, 1 and 2. This is the round 2, and we are simply working 2 HDCs into every stitch ahead. Just keep working 2 HDCs into every stitch till you reach the end. See, I have worked this circle round all the way round to reach the end. And to end this round, insert the hook in this top 2nd chain, work a slip stitch to join this round 2 here. We'll go for the next round. So then work 2 chains. Chain 2 here stands for 1 HDC, yarn over, insert the hook into the same stitch again and work 1 half double crochet. So we worked 2 HDCs in the first stitch, then yarn over, work 1 HDC into the next stitch below. Yarn over. So we work 2 stitches in one stitch, then 1 stitch in the next stitch. Now we'll just keep repeating 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1 pattern into every stitch ahead. So after 1 stitch, in the next stitch, work 2 HDCs, 1 and 2. Then yarn over, work 1 HDC into the next stitch. Simple. Yarn over, work 2 HDCs into the next stitch ahead, 1 and 2. Yarn over, work 1 HDC into the next stitch below. Yarn over, work 2 HDCs into the next stitch below, 1 and 2. Yarn over, work 1 HDC into the next stitch below. Simple. Just like this, keep creating the pattern 2, 1, 2, 1 till the end. I'll see you here at the end. See here, I have worked it all the way round. Just 1 more stitch to go. Just repeated the same pattern, 2 HDC, then 1 HDC. In this last stitch, I'll simply work 1 HDC and then insert the hook in this top 2nd chain, pull up a loop, work a slip stitch to join this round 3 here. For the next round, pull this loop up and turn this round so that the wrong side is facing you. Again, insert the hook into the loop, and we have loops here in the stitches. See? So work 2 chains and then see, we have 2 loops in the HDCs below. The one that is facing away from you is your back loop. Insert the hook into the back loop, work 1 HDC. Then yarn over into this back loop of the next HDC, insert the hook and work 1 HDC. Yarn over into the back loop of this next stitch below, work 1 HDC. See, the wrong side is facing you and the right side is facing away from you. So the loop that is facing away from you in the stitch below, you have to work 1 HDC into that loop. Yarn over, work 1 HDC into the back loop of the next stitch. Simple. Again, yarn over, work 1 HDC into the back loop of the next stitch. Yarn over, work 1 HDC into the back loop of the next stitch. Simple. Work 1 HDC into the back loop of the next HDC below. See, one edge is created here. Just like this, keep creating one HDC into every back loop of the every HDC ahead. See, we have loops here. So this is the back loop because this is facing away from you. So you have to work HDCs into these loops. So just keep creating HDCs around it, and I'll see you here at the end. See, I worked it all the way around. This kind of textured edge is created. And to end this round here, insert the hook into the top second chain and pull up a loop, work a slip stitch to join this round here. For the next round, this kind of small bowl is created. For the next round, work 2 chains, 1 and 2, and turn this entire thing like this. So the front side is now facing you. And in this HDC round, see, the round into which we work this edge, into this HDC round, again we are going to work. So beneath the 2 strands of this nearest HDC, insert the hook, work 1 slip stitch, then work 2 chains, 1 and 2. This chain 2 stands for 1 HDC. We are going to work in this HDC round into which we created this textured edge. Yarn over into the next HDC below. Insert the hook and work 1 HDC. Yarn over into the third HDC, stitch in the second round below. Work 1 HDC. Then yarn over into this fourth stitch, insert the hook and work 2 HDCs. 1 and 2. Simple. Again, into the next stitch, first stitch, work 1 HDC. Into the second stitch, work 1 HDC. Yarn over into the third stitch, work 1 HDC. Then yarn over into the fourth stitch below, insert the hook and work 2 HDCs. 1 and 2. Simple. Yarn over into the next stitch, again work 1 HDC. Yarn over into the next stitch ahead, work 1 HDC. Yarn over into the next stitch ahead, work 1 HDC. This is the third stitch. Then yarn over into the fourth stitch, into the next stitch, work 2 HDCs, 1 and 2. Into the next stitch again, work 1 HDC. See, this is the place where you have to insert the hook. Into the next stitch, work 1 HDC. Into the third stitch, work 1 HDC. Then yarn over into the fourth stitch again, work 2 HDCs. 1 and 2. Simple. So this is the pattern we are working in this round. So here for this round, just follow this pattern. Into upcoming 3 stitches, work 1 HDC into each of them. Then into the fourth stitch, work 2 HDCs. Again, work 1 HDC into the upcoming 3 stitches each. And then into the fourth stitch, work 2 HDCs. Just like this, reach the end. See, I worked it all the way around, reach the end. And I worked my 3 HDCs, the single ones, and I'll just yarn over, and in this last stitch I'll work 2 HDCs here, 1 and 2. And then to end this round here, insert the hook in this top second chain, pull up a loop, work a slip stitch to join this round here. Simple. Now for the next round, turn it all up so the wrong side is facing you, and work 2 chains. This chain 2 stands for 1 HDC. Then yarn over, again we'll work into the back loops of this HDC just created. So in the next HDC in its back loop, see here, insert the hook, pull up a loop, work 1 HDC. See, the wrong side is facing you, the front side is away from you. Again in the next back loop of this next HDC, work 1 HDC, work 1 HDC into the back loop of the next HDC. Again into the next HDC in its back loop, work 1 HDC. Simple. We are simply creating 1 HDC into the back loop of every HDC ahead. Work 1 HDC into the back loop of the next HDC. Work 1 HDC into the back loop of the next HDC. See, we have 2 loops at the top of every stitch. The one that faces you, that is near to you, is the front loop, and the one that faces away from you is the back loop. So just like this, see, again we are creating this kind of edge. Keep creating 1 HDC into the back loop of every HDC ahead, and all the way around. I'll see you here at the end. See, I've reached all the way around. I have worked it all the way around, reached the end, and so yarn over in the second last stitch in its back loop, insert the hook and work 1 HDC. Then yarn over in this last stitch also in its back loop, insert the hook and simply work 1 HDC. To end this round here, insert the hook in this top second chain, pull up a loop, work a slip stitch to join this round here. This small flower is created, put a knot and cut the thread. Secure the knot well. And we have these loose ends created, sew them at the back of this flower. And nextly we want to decorate the center of this flower with the beads. So here I have these small beads. See, I have sewn in those loose ends, so it's now tidy. And I'll add these small beads at the center of the flower. So I've thread my needle with this pink shade. This is the cotton thread, and from the back side at the periphery of this we will be working beads in concentric circles. First we'll work the outer circle, then getting into the center. So in this outer circle at the center of the flower, take out this needle, keep a little loose end on the back side. We need to tie the knot later. Put a bead in your needle and simply drop it in, and on this outer periphery only take this needle out on the other end. Again, in close proximity, take the needle again onto the front side, add a bead to it, secure the bead in close proximity to the previous one like this. Now let's tie the knot first. So here at the back side of this Rakhi, let's tie the knot here to join these two ends so that our beads will be secured in the front. And again, in close proximity with the previous bead, take out this needle onto the front side, put a bead in, and again secure it in close proximity with the previous bead like this. Simple. This is simple stitching. You can also add these beads or diamonds at the center of this using glue and simply stick them at the center. See, I've completed this outer round of beads, and now for the next round just take in the needle on the front side, take out the needle on the front side in close proximity with this bead, and just put in another bead, secure it in absolute proximity with the previous ones. Simple. Just like this, keep adding beads into the flower. We simply have to fill this entire space with these beads. See, I have worked it, and just one more bead to go in the center. I'll just secure one more bead and it will be done. All filled up with the beads. This is how it looks, and absolutely beautiful. You can also stick them and use a glue and stick the beads at the center of the flower. I'll just put a couple of knots to secure these beads here at the back of the flower. So sew in this loose end, the small one, and keep this long end aside. We'll use it later to sew the strap. So here I'll simply take this thread out at the back side of this Rakhi towards any of the edges of this flower. Just take it out in close proximity with this inner edge like this and keep it aside. Now this is our strap ready, and we have these 8 rows at the center of this. Keep this flower centralized like this. See, we have one row without bead on this side and one row without bead on this side. Keep it all centralized at the center of the strap and turn it all over, and we'll work stitching on the edges. So on this end where we have our thread already out, we'll simply put gentle stitches from the Rakhi into this dory, into this strap at the periphery of the strap only. That's it. Just put gentle stitches, don't stretch them at all. Insert your needle into the Rakhi, grab the upper strands and then take it out into or around this edge of the strap. Simple. And I've reached the other end. Then putting a couple of stitches here, and then what I'll do, I'll simply pass my needle from the back side of the strap on the other side of this strap here into the Rakhi, grabbing a few strands there. And from here again, see it's well joined. Sew this end, just the edges. The same way, sew it all till end, simply securing the edge of the strap with the Rakhi. And here, after putting a couple of knots, just secure a little thread into the Rakhi and cut that extra thread that is there. Simple. So strap is well joined with this flower on the front side. This, see how well joined it is. This is the front side, and we'll add a pom-pom here on this end. So to work the pom-pom, I have taken this cream shade wool, and I'm working pom-poms with wool, and I've taken this scale, and on its width at one end I'll simply tie this wool over and over till it gets a kind of thickness that we require. So just keep wrapping. See, it has to get this much thick, and then cut this thread here, this wool, and take out all the loops from this scale. The length of the width of the scale is around 3.5 centimeters. So hold it all together, and in the center of this loops, wrap the yarn around it, and put very tight knots at the center of this loop thing. The knots have to be really tight to secure it well, else the pom-pom will all open up later on. So, and then here we have these loops on both the ends. Just cut these loops on one side first like this, then on the other sides also just cut all the loops. Grab each one of them and cut them, and then first lie your circle this entire thing flat from this side and begin cutting. Keep rotating and keep trimming. Simple. Having trimmed it on all the sides, roll it all up, and from another angle again flatten it up and keep rotating, keep trimming. It will take you a while, but the pom-pom will definitely be beautiful. Again roll it all up and flatten this entire thing from another angle, and again trim it on all the sides. See, this beautiful pom-pom is ready. This is the last time I rolled it, and now we'll attach it. So we have this long thread already attached there with the needle ready in the center of it, and see, we have this thread with which we tied the loops of this pom-pom. So into this thread insert the needle, and then through this chain one, and then into this center thread of the pom-pom. We are sewing these two things with each other perfectly. You can also take it out on the other end and then take it back towards this end where we want to sew it. Here put a couple of knots. It's well joined here. Through the strap into this thread of this pom-pom, I have put the knot, and then I'll simply secure a little thread into this section of the strap. Having secured it well, cut that extra thread. Our pom-pom is well joined with the strap. See how fluffy it is, and our beautiful Rakhi with this wonderful strap is ready. And this is the back side. See how well joined it is. And to fasten it off, simply pass your pom-pom through this loop on the other end, and it will just stay like this. I loved working this flower Rakhi with you. I hope you too love this Rakhi. Please do consider subscribing to my channel. Much love to you all. See you next time. Happy Raksha Bandhan.